Greetings, YouTube subscribers. Coming to you today to answer some of the questions you've left in the comment section in some of my videos. This is going to be an ongoing thing I'm going to want to do just to give you some more in-depth feedback in a way that you can't quite express just through responses to your comments. So hopefully this is going to be useful to you as you further your studies, and hopefully I can help give you some bigger perspective and maybe even bring together as a unified concept some of the things that we've talked about in the videos. So I'm getting older, as you can see. I got to put on my glasses, but I'm going to delve right into it. So I'm going to answer questions and comments that have been put out to me this year. For example, Dana Hissen, or is it Hissen or something along those lines? She liked the Floreo video. That was the best. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dana. That's been a popular video because a lot of people have a hard time demystifying Floreo because it looks so ornate and there's so much dimension to it. But when you break down the basics of it, it's not as complex as it seems. So yeah, thank you for that. O'Shea, made in Bahia, in response to one of the videos I had about layering simple steps for Bolaria, says, "Great videos and great explanations. I get confused because I don't know the order in which I should be watching these videos. Are they classified in chronological order?" O'Shea, this is something I'm going to be working on. Try to make something sequential for my YouTube viewers, so that you can watch one video, then the next, and have some context. These were organized when I was charging for these videos on a site, but now that they're free, it's going to take a while to get them all together and organized. I have begun that. If you look at my channel, there's some dance basics, there's some cajon basics, and I kind of group them together as a playlist, so at least you can have somewhat of a unified message when you look through those videos. So again, O'Shea, thank you for watching my videos. And we have another here. This is from Penthesilea. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Regarding that same video, layering simple steps for Bolaria. She says, "Thank you. You are the best. Thanks so much for your wonderful channel." Well, thank you again. This is very encouraging to hear that I'm having some impact on your studies. That's what a teacher loves to hear. Another person, Anne Cuzon, I think is probably Italian. If you're from Italy, hello. If you're not, my mistake. She says in reply to an Alegrias Escobilla video, which is footwork. If you remember Escobilla's footwork, a little pattern I put together. She says, "I really enjoy your videos. Thank you for sharing." Thanks, Anne. Yeah, hopefully my style of teaching is going to be easily understood across cultures. I apologize, my Spanish isn't great, and I don't speak any other languages really, so it's got to be English, but it looks like a lot of you speak English around the world, so that's good news for me. In response to a Bolaria Step for Endurance video they put out, Cecilia Fights on Cinema, hopefully I said that right, says, "Hi, I just can't understand how you double heel quick move. It is left planta tacon, right tacon golpe." Cecilia, that's a tough one for me to decode, so I am going to personally message you and try to clarify what it is that you're asking, because there's a lot of footwork in there, and I think if we go back and forth a little bit, maybe I can figure out what it is you're trying to get to. But we will get to that. This is Michael Morgan, who commented on a flamenco guitar accompaniment tangos video with Misael Barasa, a guitarist I work with. He just writes Misael with an exclamation mark. Yes, Misa is a very talented, very sought after guitarist, and we are very blessed to be working with him. It's one thing to be a good dancer, but it's another to actually have musicians that can make you look even better. So Misa, big props to Misa. Carolina Muniac writes, thank you, very helpful regarding the introduction to flamenco dance arm positions video that I did. That arm positions video has gotten a lot of good feedback. It can seem like, I mean, arm work is not easy, but the concepts are easy. So as far as keeping your shoulders down and your elbows up and pushing forward, regarding any position that you put through, that inward rotation we always talk about that happens in the shoulder joint and in the back. If you don't have that, your arms will just look flat and without power, without strength. And so this arm positions video has had a lot of good feedback. So I highly recommend that one. It's called Introduction to Flamenco Dance Arm Positions. It's in a playlist I put together. Let's see, we have a comment on the Tientos Escovilla video from Sebastian O'Connor, or Sebastian O'Connor. She writes, I would be grateful for an answer. So that must be to a previous comment they had made. Hopefully I answered it, but Sebastian, if I haven't, I'll get back to that. And I have one from Diana Patricia G. Jimenez on the floreo, the hand articulation video that I put out. Basically, in Spanish, she says she's been looking for weeks for a video that has all the different elements of moving the hands and the context. And a lot of what she's found is very short and very fast, so a lot of taken for granted information, not particularly helpful, I'm guessing, is what she's getting at. She says, this video is great. She's been practicing 30 minutes, and she thanks me quite a bit for that. Says I explain things very well here, and the movements are explained very well. And she says it's been a great help to her, and particularly how the wrists factor into when you're doing the hand and arm movements. That's been helpful for her, and she calls me a great instructor. 1,000 thanks. Well, thank you, Diana. I wish I could answer you in Spanish. I can read and understand Spanish a little bit better than I can speak it, pero gracias. Me da mucha alegría que te puedo ayudar. And I think we have one more for this year. This is the most recent. Roy Brewer, in response to a flamenco dance recognizing a llamada por alegrías video, writes, I've always been lost about these communication cues. Thanks. More? With a question mark. So Roy wants to know more about how you can communicate with your musicians. And this is a tough thing to communicate with a video. I want to get some musicians and provide a few little demonstrations and talk a little bit about how you communicate with your musicians. So I'm going to put together the llamada videos, which is one way of communicating with your musicians, and I'm going to make a playlist of those. And I would highly recommend looking at those and seeing if you can start to get the hang of it. And in the meantime, for future videos, I definitely would like to really focus in on that communication element. You could be a not very good dancer with not much training, but if you understand the language, you would actually be more entertaining to watch than somebody who was very good at dancing but didn't know how to communicate with the musicians. So because as an audience member, part of the excitement is watching everybody communicate in this very seamless way and enjoying themselves. So that's something I definitely want to be able to get across to my subscribers. So that's all the videos so far for the year. Please send more if you have any. You can message me via YouTube, or you can just leave a comment in one of the videos and I'll get a notification. But I would like to regularly, on a monthly basis, read these out to you and answer some of these questions. So any questions you have, do let me know. I'll do my best to answer them, and thank you for all your support.